Okay, so the PvP season's coming up in just a couple weeks, and I think it's really important that you take some time and think about what add-ons you're going to be using. I'm sure that a lot of PvEers or raiders that are watching this video, watching my UI right now, and seeing the title of this video are probably like, what's up with this dude? He doesn't have any interface add-ons at all. And that's because I know that a user interface is extremely personal. That's something that you create on your own time and what fits for you, what cooldowns you think are important, or whatever it is, whatever add-ons you like. There's so many out there that it would be impossible to cover in a small video, so I'm going to pick my top 3 add-ons that I recommend for PvP and walk you through and show you exactly what they do, what the point of them are, and why they're important to me. Okay, so let's get into it. The very first one is going to obviously be Gladius. Okay, so Gladius is it's an arena frames tracker, right? So you type /Gladius space test. And as you can see, it tracks all of your arena frames 1 through 5, but there's no 5s anymore. So 1 through 3. And what this does is it gives you a lot of information in the game that you can't normally know without, specifically know. You can have the game sense or whatever, and that's cool. But if you want an add-on, or maybe if you're new to the game, I recommend grabbing Gladius because it helps you track everything much easier in PvP and understand what the situation is at the time. And what I mean by that is that there's a lot of different things that Gladius is going to offer, right? So obviously you can look through this once you download it. No problem. Just go through all of this different stuff, whatever you want to use, that's perfectly fine. But the main ones that I recommend is obviously having the PvP trinket. Having that Gladiator's Medallion tracker available so that whenever one of your enemies trinkets in PvP, their medallion, whatever it's called now, whenever they use that ability in PvP, you're going to be able to track it, and you're going to know when they can get out of CC again on their own demand. And I think that that's really important for PvP because it'll define whether you can land a kill or not in arena. And the next one with the Gladius is going to be the DR tracker. I think that the DR tracker is extremely important, especially for all you mage players out there, because knowing when you're off target, or when you're healer, when you're whatever is immune to polymorph, for example, that's a really big deal. And being able to track the DRs of every single DR in the game, every single diminishing return in the game, is very, very important for PvP. So that's usually why I use this. But another thing that's just nice is that being able to see the dispel timers and also the class colors, so that when you're using your target 1, 2, 3 macros, or target 1, 2, 3 in general, your key bindings, you can easily tell which one is which based on the class colors, and it just helps you kind of recognize that in your head a lot faster, as opposed to having to look off in the far right. And you can also move this around, which is really handy. So that's one of them that I would recommend. The next one that I recommend is going to be Omnibar. So Omnibar is an ability that allows you to track a bunch of different interrupts. Okay, so this is really important for all you casters out there, or maybe even if you're melee, like a Death Knight, for example, and you see this enemy Death Knight or enemy warrior running to your healer to interrupt them, and you see that they have it up, then obviously you can death grip them away. I mean, that's a super precise situation, but I still think interrupt or Omnibar is very, very important. So why I play with this is because again, if I'm going to be running at a healer, trying to Dragon's Breath and then polymorph him, for example, as a fire mage, it's really, really important that I know if somebody's going to interrupt me or counterspell me, or spell lock, or jump pummel, or solar beam, whatever it is. It tracks all of that for you. So what's really cool is that whenever somebody uses a counterspell in arena, or a kick, or a spearhand strike, or whatever it is, it actually just puts it on a timer for you, immediately. It puts it on that timer, and you can tell when their interrupts are down, so you can safely cast. And I think that that's extremely important for healers and casters in arena. This is something that's been very, very helpful to me over the years, and I think that if you have not discovered this add-on, you may find it very interesting. So definitely be sure to check that out. And you can also reduce the visibility of only showing, you can make it show in the world, or you can make it show just in arena by unchecking all of this, or in Raid Battlegrounds in general. You can have all of it wherever you want, and I think it's very important to have this. But what's also really cool is that you can also make it so it shows the unused icon. So what that means is you can make it so it will always be there at all times, right? And then you can again, you can increase the transparency, which is really cool. You can move it around, whatever you want to do. I like to put it right here above my cast bar, so that kind of helps me understand a little bit better, right? And then But I don't like having it in world, and I like it to be a little bit transparent, and I think that that is going to be very valuable overall. And the last one that I want to talk about is probably the most asked question on my channel, and that is going to be cartoons. Which add-on is it that tracks your global cooldowns at the bottom of your UI? I need that add-on, bro. What is it? What is it, cartoons? I'm asked that like a million times. Okay, so what it is it's /Trufy GCD, Trufy, whatever it is, TRUFI-GCD. Okay, so that allows you to track the global cooldowns of every single party member, every arena enemy, every your targets, your focuses, whatever it is, and you can track exactly what global cooldowns they're pressing as they press them in real time, and that's really, really cool. Okay, so I have mine set to only my player tracking so that you guys can see in my videos what I'm pressing and help you understand exactly what that does, right? So this is my settings, but again, if you want to track your healer to make sure that he's actually healing you, you can do that. Or if you want to track your target to see what he's doing, whatever, you got it. And you can also you can make it show, so obviously if you see this ice barrier down here, I can increase the size of it, right? I can make it larger, smaller. I like to keep mine at 50. That's a pretty healthy size, and I put my icons at 5, so it tracks 5 abilities at one time as opposed to 3 abilities at one time. And I think that this is very important, so that's what I like to do, right? So put it at 5. But yeah, guys, I know that PvPers in general keep their UI very simple, so I wanted to show you exactly what add-ons I'll be running in the upcoming PvP season, because I hope that this will help you. If it did help you, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe if you have not already. We are going to be jumping into some arenas so you can see exactly what these add-ons do in real time, as opposed to me just demonstrating it. So let's go ahead and get into it.
Taken by the words that you say, the voice that carries them has kept me astray. Too soon to act on it, can we ever be? That all depends on what you're feeling from me. Let me show you all the way. Let me show you all the way. Let me show you all the ways, yeah. Let me show you all the ways,
into impulses of electric current.
No need to worry about your pre-recorded music tapes being accidentally erased. It can't happen.
Well,
Alright guys, that does sum it up. I hope you did enjoy. Again, if you did not already, be sure to be subscribed to the channel and also like this video if you enjoyed or got any kind of information out of it. And I will see you all in the next one.